Yo, what's good? Um, why am I making this video? I'm making this video because I wanted to just talk about my progress that I've made in like this past month and like what has kind of like separated me from losing so much. Um, huh. I've probably in my entire life bought in like three funded accounts, and I've passed an eval before and then immediately shit the bed. I've failed another eval, and then this is my third one. I'm not up like a significant amount. In fact, on this 50K, I'm up $600. And this is the eval. Um, However, at the beginning of the month, I was down about almost $2,000, near to blowing this account. So very close to blowing this account. And I kind of like took a minute because I was like, what's going on? Like, why am I what's holding me back here? I'm knowledgeable in smart money concepts. I can see when I should take a trade. What is separating me from winning and losing? And then like I'm like watching all these PB theory videos, and I kind of figured it out. It was just the fact that like I would be trading when there was either no volume or when the price action looked like this. Look, if you're trading this, and I deleted it off my screen, but there's like a 4 hour up there, a 4 hour down here, and we've been chopping since 9:30 open. I'm not gonna take a trade here. Like that would be ridiculous. Because like what am I going to? Obviously, price does not want to move anywhere. But like if you go back, so let's go back to yesterday. The stock market or the Nasdaq dumped like 700 points. What, did I take a trade when it was doing that? No, because look at the fucking volatility. Like look at the volatility of this. Like there's no entries here. There are no entries here. You actually could have gotten an entry literally only right here, and that was at 9:30 open. But that also was a big risk because not a lot of confluences really told you that that's what was gonna happen. Like I was scrolling TikTok. I seen a lot of people. They thought that when PA moved, they seen a setup here, and then they thought that they were gonna be able to wipe out all of this low resistance liquidity, and it's just not what happened. Market dumped. They got stopped out of a trade, and I was honestly when I seen this, I was waiting for I thought it was just a manipulation, and I was waiting for a fucking fair value gap to inverse, and I could take it long up there. It did not work out. I think the only place you may have been able to get in on this short could possibly have been right here. I mean, where am I? Where am I? No, it's like way back. Way back. When the fuck was? Oh, I was just looking here when I don't know. I don't know what the fuck I'm looking for here. But like I took along actually that day. I took along I think right about here. This is where I took my long. I don't know if there's my orders aren't on there for some reason, but I did take a long. Um and I got like $600 out of it, but it was dope. Like right now my win rate on Tradeovate this month is almost 70%. It's like 68%, which is great. That's I feel like as a learning trader, like that's really good. I would say 68% is above the median on that in that regard. Um, but like it all comes from the fact that you need to have like patience to do this. If you're like, was I sitting here looking at the price action? I was like, fuck, I wish I could have gotten in. Yeah, but like I also recognized the fact that I was feeling FOMO. I was like, I feel like when you're trading, you have to recognize when you are, when you're feeling a certain type of way. Like when I'm mad, I recognize that I'm mad, and I cool off. Or if I'm sad, I recognize that I'm sad, and I think about all the cool things I'm gonna do in my life. When I'm feeling FOMO, I remember that there's another day tomorrow, and I don't have to trade this. Like, I mean, I was trying to look at it before. I suppose I could try again. as far as entries go, you could probably go. Oh my god, bro, fucking guy. You probably could have gotten in right here. If I had to guess, yeah, maybe. I'm sure actually a lot of people got stopped out on longs here because it looks like to me. So it looks like to me we had a real like a. I think this is probably key level if I had to say. And it looks like people probably went long on this inverse because they thought it was gonna go up, but it went fucking down. Um, Honestly though, there were no entries here either for shorts. There was an entry for a long. As far as how good of a setup it was, I don't really know. I don't care to go and take a look at that. There's probably like a fair value gap and liquidity sweep at that level, and it was good. But fuck that. Who cares? I didn't get in there. I took a long. I was really happy because fucking I waited. I took my time. I was patient, and I got the profit from it. Um, but like, I mean, just this past like these past like specifically these past 2 weeks have just really been an eye opener. Like the PB theory videos have helped me like so much to the point where like I am actively noticing that I'm getting a little better, and that's like really cool because there's nothing I love more than knowing that I'm getting better. However, check this out. Fucking massive for value. 5 minutes to open up, and that could be an embarrass. That could be an embarrass. But what I like, I see that. But am I gonna take that? No. Why? Because look at the fucking market. My actual original thoughts of going in today were what like it was. I was looking for shorts specifically because if you go on the 15-minute time frame and you check out all these points of liquidity, they all kind of rest nicely. Like even this one, I think is an hourly. This one rests nicely. This one here, this one here. I did not ever think that we were going to sweep out those lows, but for the majority, I honestly thought market was gonna go fucking crash again and sweep out all these lows, and we can get a nice little inverse to the upside, and that's what I was looking for. But no, I mean, you see these fucking candles, terrible. You don't want to trade that. Um, Trade them in ICT, like trade with kill zones, like 9:30 to 11:30 or 11. Like that's like prime trading hours. But I also realized that past that time, you're not getting a lot of volume. Like there's no volume to take your concepts up or down. Like you could have an A plus setup, but if it's at 12 o'clock, that setup's probably not gonna work out the way you thought it was, simply because there was just not enough volume for anything to move up exponentially or down. That's it though. I really just wanted to talk about why it's more important to not trade than it is to trade. Like I've probably missed out on a lot of wins, but even more losses because I was not willing to trade like a choppy market or a market that's like in between two major key levels and it was just not deciding where I wanted to go. It's the same fucking thing. But I mean, I feel like that's what's separating me from losing so much. Now, is that necessarily a good thing? No, no, and yeah, because it does lock me out from wins. But I feel at like the stage I'm at, it's probably important to you know keep things tight, manageable. Because obviously I'm not advanced enough to be sure of trading like a 1 minute IFVG. Like I'm not that good to do that. Or like those more advanced technical setups that like require a bit more discretion. Like I'm not there yet. I will be there one day, but I'm not there yet, and that's okay. I'm all right with that. I know my boundaries. I know when to. I'm only looking for the best setup I could possibly find, and I feel like that's fine. I feel like that's fine. I mean, I've been on this eval for a month, and I'm sure a lot of people would look at you and be like, "Oh, you've been on eval for a month, a whole month." Fuck you. Fuck you. Actually, fuck you. Because you know what? You trade an eval like you would trade a live account. You're gonna do better when you pass that eval because you've been consistently what's the word, safe with your money. I'm not full porting on CPI. Like I refuse to do that, even though I know that technically there's an advantage to that. I can move to a live account immediately, even if I did that. But I just feel like that's not the right step. And I see a lot of people they copy trade and they do all these things, and I'm just sitting there like, first of all, what kind of guy are you for like what that's nothing. You're meaningless. Like you literally can't even sit and learn this shit. Like, are you kidding? So you're gonna sit there and like fucking cuckold yourself and learn off like copy somebody else? It's stupid. Yeah, I don't know. That's it. I'm noticing that I just ramble on this fucking stupid channel, but whatever. I'm gonna go to the gym soon. Work out these big muscles. That's it though. Hallelujah, praise Jesus Christ and Netanyahu. Shit, I said Netanyahu on YouTube. What if they blow my video? Probably not. I don't think anybody's gonna be watching it to report it, but who knows? Keep on gooning.